Elnimr to share the screen. Great, and the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. As I've been introduced, thanks, Professor. So I am Heidi, and today I will talk about the interactive indoor therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease in long-term healthcare centers. But allow me first to define the Alzheimer's disease from people with Alzheimer's disease perspective and the challenges they are facing to achieve their daily activities. It's always a question about how to and where to. How to do a specific activity and where to do it. Patients are losing this information and missing them all the time to achieve the activities. Unfortunately, Alzheimer's disease changes one's relationship with space. People are losing their self-orientation in the spaces they are used to live at. For in-depth understanding for the relation between the people with Alzheimer's disease needs space and the potential role of the assistive technology, I made a mixed method study with a sequential design at one of the long-term healthcare centers in Austria, Vienna. The design focused on three main aspects. The first one, people with Alzheimer's disease as an end user to understand more their needs and their fundamental daily activities in their room at the long-term healthcare center. Second one, the assistive technology. There's something else on the screen. The second one is the assistive technology. What type of the assistive technology they are using it and for what reasons you are used for. The architecture barrier they are facing to achieve their consider as obstacles to achieve their daily activities. The study involved a quantitative method collection. Just a minute. Is it possible not to moving the things because, yeah, please don't move for arrow because the weather is appearing and everything. So sorry for interruption. So the study involved a quantitative method collection and analyzed, followed by a qualitative study collection and analyzed. The participants were 30 professional experts who is working in the healthcare centers and in daily contact with the patients. The result determined that the people with Alzheimer's disease had a daily routine. In the morning, they are getting out of the bed, going to the toilet, from the toilet to the wardrobe to change their clothes, then going out to have the activities or their meal. The same sequence is reversed at the night time. They coming inside the room, wardrobe, changing their clothes, to the bathroom, then go to the bed. This sequence, it seems like an easy sequence to everyone, but unfortunately, it's a challenge to achieve by the people with Alzheimer's disease, and they have the caregiver help to achieve all of these steps. Concerning the assistive technology, there were two types of assistive technology used in their rooms. First one is responsive technology and preventative one. They're using the sensors bar and the carpet bar, so they can detect the patient movement, especially at nighttime because of the lack of nursing. The other type of technology should be a helpful one for the patient. The nurse bottom, they should be used when they need help, but unfortunately from the interviews and the shadowing observation for the resident and their rooms, they're just forgetting to use it. By analyzing the layout of the room, and during the shadowing observation, I noticed that the patient always just lose their orientation in this point. At one time of the shadowing observation, the patient was just imitating all the time. He was fishing while he has no tools between his hands. And suddenly he directed himself and oriented his wheelchair to the direction of the doors and just stopped at the same point. After a while, a nurse just passed over by coincidence because the patient has occupational therapy session, and he asked her he wants to wash his hands. So the nurse helped him and directed him to the bathroom, and he washed his hands by himself. So in this case, the patient knows what he wants, but he lost his orientation and where to achieve it. By analyzing the layout of the room and the equipment, we can define that what the problem he faces and why he is always stopping in this point. The patient faces in front of him 3 doors, and all the doors facing each other with the same color without any sign to define what behind these doors. The first one, the room door, the second one, the bathroom door, and the wardrobe door. By comparing the current therapeutic environment in this case study and the factors of the therapeutic environment with a positive outcome, we can define that and figure out that the architect had just cared about only one point of the force, which is the fundamental equipment of the therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease, which should ease their orientation in the room. At the same time, he ignored the other 3. The architect didn't take in his consideration the patient with Alzheimer's disease as an end user. And he totally ignored their current health status and the need they need to be guided and directed rather than to require to choose between several options, like the 3 doors in front of them. In addition, that there is no clear vision access for the room layout to the patient. There is a hidden corner, and this hidden corner have the 3 doors in front of each other, which is causing a really confusing and an anxiety for the patient. While the main role of the therapeutic environment is a positive outcome that gives the patients or the residents the feeling of safe at this environment, their own home, and they are living at it, and giving the sense of controlling their life, which is enhancing their self-esteem and enhancing their quality of life. And here appears essential questions. First one, how are architects enhancing the existing therapeutic environment? The second one is what design strategy could help improve the therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease? The answer is user experience design concept. User experience design concept is suitable to design a friendly therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease. And why this design strategy is suitable? Because it focuses on understanding users' needs, abilities, limits, and what they value. User experience design concept has 7 main factors and can enhance the user interaction with the patient by applying these 7 factors: usable, useful, fundamental, valuable, desirable, credible, accessible. By implementing these primary factors in the therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease, the patient can be converted to a friendly therapeutic environment with a positive outcome and gives a feeling of safe and comfortable for the people. And here appears another questions: how we can adopt and this design strategy, the user experience design strategy, to the existing building. We will not demolish all of the building, we are renovating them. How we can create a supportive, interactive environment that enhancing the self-orientation for patients in their room. How we will give them the missing information they need to achieve their activities. It is assistive technology. Assistive technology can provide a connection between the user or the people with Alzheimer's disease needs to achieve their daily fundamental activities in their room and their surrounding environment. Assistive technology is any system or device can help the patient to accomplish any activities which without they will be unable to perform. Assistive technology has a wide range of variety, and depending on its purpose, we can divide it into 3 main groups. Firstly, supportive technology, which is helping patients to achieve their tasks. Responsive technology, managing risks and raising the alarm. and preventative technology is preventing from falling and harming or causes harming and raising the alarm. The 3 types groups can be implemented in the patient's room. So let's imagine together if we wanted to solve this hidden corner in the current case study, how we will implement these 3 groups. First one, the supportive technology. So the patient will get out of the bed, then the sensor will detect the patient movement and started to display the information guiding the patient to the bathroom door. When he reaches to the bathroom door, he will face the 3 doors in front of him. Then the next information will be displayed to emphasize which is the bathroom room, the door to the patient. In case that the patient didn't respond or didn't follow any instruction of the information will be displayed, the responsive and preventative technology will send signals to the nurse station. Then the patient will get help. The way of displaying the information may differ from the patient to another depending on their identity, and some of them can just interact with symbols or sign or recorded voice, etc. Depending on what had been clarified, this study is to implement and to make an interactive therapeutic environment to people with Alzheimer's disease. This study recommends the following. Shadowing observation is essential to understand the people with Alzheimer's needs and identity and what the fundamental activities they need in their rooms at the long-term healthcare centers and what the architecture barriers they consider as an obstacle to achieve them. User experience design concept is suitable to be implemented in the therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease to have a positive outcome. The assistive technology has 3 potential rules. Firstly, reveal the missing information that the patients need to achieve their activities, reshaping the therapeutic environment to be a supportive more to the patient for self-orientation, and creating a supportive environment for people with Alzheimer's disease daily activities. In the end, it's an interdisciplinary topic between architecture, neuroscience, and computer science or informatics. And from my point of view, all of us need to collaborate to enhancing and improve the existing therapeutic environment for people with Alzheimer's disease for their enhancing their quality of life. Thanks for listening and your consideration, and I'm welcoming for any questions.